guys? This is your boy DJ Amazing, Simply Amazing. Y'all already know. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you know it's gonna be hot and spicy like fire. Oh, I was fire up here. But anyway, this is your boy DJ Amazing. Y'all know I'm about to go live in like 30 seconds, and you know when I go live, the conversation is gonna be crazy. I mean, right now, before I do anything, all of my social medias are right there. All of my social, I'm verified on some, not all. I'm working on the other one. So yes, you can see my TikTok, Instagram. You see them all. I don't have to say all of that. But with that being said, I'm a little quenched. I need something to drink. Thank you. As you see, I got my cores, keep me hydrated from getting dehydrated. You see how I did that? But I'm a little thirsty. Good water. But that's it. That's all. I'm about to be live in like 30 seconds. So make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. And if you're not currently subscribed, subscribe. Oh yeah, I can't forget about it. If you are my 500 subscriber, you're gonna get this beautiful, sexy Stanley cup. And it's the 40 one. It's the biggest one they have, like the biggest one they have. And I'm gonna mail it to you, number 500 subscriber on my YouTube channel. And when I get to 1,000 followers, you're gonna get $75 cash. Ching ching. Oh, she did that. By the way, shout out to my daughter. She shot this. She's the baddest producer you ever want to meet. Like, she did this. Like, it's my daughter. I mean, it's in her DNA. But let me shut up and stop talking and let y'all get in tune. So 30 seconds counting down now. Yo, what's up? You have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And we're about to be live in like 1 minute. So right now you're watching my commercial as I count down to 30. And as soon as these 30 seconds are up, we're going to be live on my YouTube channel. So y'all just give it a minute and enjoy looking at me and talking to me right here live on my YouTube channel. I love you. And I'm about to be live in 20 seconds. So
countdown.
We're going to count down that together. Psych, you thought we was going to count down, but I am. Well, my water's not in front of me, but shout out to Coors Light Hydrated Water. They're one of my sponsors. So, let me just shut up so y'all can come watch me live. So, y'all see me later. All right. Good evening, afternoon, and good morning for some. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a few topics tonight. Let me start off by saying this. It's been a crazy, crazy week for me. Let me start off by simply saying that I had a blowout going to the football game Sunday night. And I'm gonna tell you how God worked, and then I'm gonna get started. We already have a guest already coming on. I'll bring up in just a second. I had a blowout about 4:30 in Baytown. Let me tell you how God worked real quick. As soon as I got that flat, no more than about 20 minutes I've been on the side of the road. A Mexican guy who fixed cars or whatever you need done, he fixed it. He came on the side. He said, you got a flat. You need me to fix it? I said, why? My spare tire is no good. And the tire I have up in my driver's side is no good. This man took the tire off, came back in less than 45 minutes, put the new tire on, gave me another spare tire, put the other tire in the trunk at the cost of $175. And one of my good friends helped me out in a pickle. But just to show you how God worked, it was just me by myself going to the game. And I'll tell you, when you do right by people, people do right by you. So with that being said, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell at the same time. We have a few other topics that's going to go on. But before I do that, I would like to bring up a special guest. It was just her birthday, and she's an amazing person on TikTok. And I'll let her introduce herself. How are you? Can you hear me? You gotta unmute yourself. I think she's muted. Let me let her know she's muted. Hold on. Unmute your mic. Okay. While she unmute her mic, I'm gonna bring up something else until she comes up and say something. As you know, the Houston Texans are two games up. We have not lost. We won a divisional game and we won a road game. Our next game is a road game against um what's that team? Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. That's gonna be a hard team to beat, but we on the road to success. We are definitely on the road to success. I would like to shout out my daughter for making the intro video. She's made all my intro videos. Like, shout out to my kid. She is amazing. She's 12 years old and she's doing this. She made all my intro videos. So shout out to her. With that being said, I have a few topics that we're gonna talk about tonight, and I wrote them all down. Oh, one more thing before I forget, because I always say it. My 500 subscriber is gonna get this Stanley Cup. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get this beautiful Stanley Cup that I'm gonna mail to you if you're number 500. I got my Stanley Cup over there, but I'll ship it to you. Whoever number 500 is gonna get this cup. And when I get to 1,000 followers, I'm gonna cash out $75 to the person who makes number 1,000. Keep that in mind. But with that being said, my guest, can you hear me? Love, can you hear me? I guess she'll say something whenever she comes up to say something. I guess I'll do my first topic. Let me drink a little bit of my wine cooler. This is well deserved for the day I had. Ooh, it's good too. Pineapple. Good drink. Um, First topic of the day, and I was looking at a TikTok video. How much do you tolerate with your kids when they act the fool? That's my first topic. How much do you tolerate before you decide to give your kids a whooping? Me, you have 3 chances. Okay. Well, just come up whenever you're ready. I'm gonna remove you for now. Okay. So hold on, you guys. Okay, back to what I was saying. How many chances do you give your kids before you decide to discipline them? Now, me, I give you 3 strikes. My daughter get 3 strikes. The first time, I'm gonna give you a little warning. I'm gonna say, "Hey, you're doing too much." I let her know, "Hey, you're doing too much." I leave it at that. Leave it alone. Keep moving. Okay, you keep doing it. I'm gonna come back around and say, "Hey, that's strike 2. You know when I get the 3, what 3 mean?" Now, some parents don't even give strike 1, 2, and 3. Only reason I believe in 1, 2, and 3 because I was raised differently. My mother went straight to number 1. She went straight to whooping my behind. My mother went straight to whooping my behind. And I appreciate those whoopings now that I think about it. But I wasn't gonna say I was a bad kid, but I also wasn't the kid that just listened to everything my mom said. So I mean, at the end of the day, my mom did what she had to do. My dad was around, but like he was around when like I was extra bad. I'm gonna say he was around, and more importantly, I had both my parents in my life, my father and my dad. And discipline was different for me because it was different back in the 2000s. 99, 2001, 2000. Things were a little bit different than what it is now. Now you whoop these kids, they want to call CPS on you, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side because you discipline or you yelling at them. These kids can't really handle yelling at them, screaming at them. This generation is a little bit soft. I'm gonna say this generation of kids is soft. They don't like a lot of yell that, scream that. They really can't handle that. For whatever reason, I guess it's Gen Z, as they say. Um, yeah. I mean, I give my child three. 3 strikes. I believe in the 3 strike rule. That's what I roll with. That's what I go with. It works for me. It may not work for your household because I don't know, what the level of stress that your kids give you. I mean, give it. Teenagers preteens and teenagers are gonna give you stress. They gonna do that. That's just, teenagers. They gonna stress you out. It's just the part of the being. It's just part of being a parent. They gonna do some things that you're not gonna like, and they're gonna do some things that you're gonna be proud of. Having kids is a give and take. You would give them the world, and you would protect them at all costs. I love, I love my daughter dearly, dearly. I do. She reminds me a lot of myself. I don't know what to think about that. In that by itself, um, like I said, my kid is definitely a reminder of myself. So the second topic I want to talk about is, and y'all can put it in the comments what you guys think about, my topics tonight. My next topic is church a part of your lifestyle? I know a lot of people say church is not what it used to be, but church is definitely needed in this day and time. In this day and time, church is needed. God is more needed now than back then. I mean, not saying God wasn't needed then, but God is needed a lot more now because of how crazy and the way people think nowadays. You know, this world is a lot more crucial. This world is a lot more meaner, and you have to raise your kids with a lot more love and care because the world don't care about you. You could die tomorrow, and the world will still turn. The only people that's gonna care about you is the ones that's in your circle, and sometimes it's not even them. They'll forget about you less than a month, 2 months, depending on the relationship you had with your family and friends. Will they remember you? So I say this: your relationship with God is more important than anything else you got going in your life. And I can't say I'm perfect because I have my flaws like anybody else. I do. And some people don't seem to understand nobody's perfect. A lot of people hold us to a higher, well, those who goody hold themselves to a higher standard that they could do no wrong, they can have no wrong. There's nothing that they can do that will surprise you. And that's just not true. Like I say, we all struggle. We all do. I don't care what you do as a sin. A sin is a sin. Big sin, small sin, a sin is a sin. No matter how you call it. If you're working on your language, if you're working on some of the things that you do and say, if you're working on yourself, you're working on yourself. So you're not perfect. And that's okay. Be you at all times. I tell my daughter all the time, don't change for nobody. Be yourself. Because if you can't be yourself, then you being fake. And we all know we can sniff out fake people a mile away. A mile away. That's why I teach my daughter and I tell her all the time when I'm mad at her or when I think she's going through something, I tell her all the time, baby, don't change. Be yourself. You ain't got to change for nobody. Be yourself because whoever going to like you for you. Goes back to what I just said originally. A relationship with God is very important in your life. I don't read the Bible every day. And I know I don't go to church every day. Some people say you don't have to go to church to know God, but you need to be around other church folks. I believe church is like a hospital. Everybody's sick, everybody needs help. We all don't know what kind of help you need when you go to church. Everybody has their own sickness. Everybody has their own benefit of going to church. No matter what it is, only you know what you need from God. I'm not a preacher. I'm just simply saying. So with that being said, I'm gonna move on to my next topic. I see a lot of relationships, and I get asked all the time, "Are you happy being single?" Yes, I am. I see a lot of toxic relationships. Just because you see somebody happy on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, you see somebody happy. You don't know what's going on in that household. You see what they want you to see. Now, I'm not saying that that relationship is not happy, but I see a lot of toxic relationships. Now, I don't know what's going on in their household. I'm not a part of that household, but I will say, would I like a relationship? Sure. Would I like to get to know a female friend? Sure. I would love that like everybody else, but I'm not rushing to jump into something because again, I got a 12-year-old daughter who's looking at me and everything that I do and I say, she's looking at me. So I have to do the best I can do because it's not about just me anymore. And if you have kids, you understand some women won't even let you around their kids until they feel you out or get to know you or they get a vibe to make sure, because we all know when you let your kids meet somebody, them kids fall in love with that person that you're talking to. They may like that person, then if it don't work out, they'll be like, "Well, Dad, Mom, what happened? Why you not talking to him? Or why you not talking to her no more?" And then they get all involved and they get their feelings all involved. So you have to be very in particular about who you let your kids meet when you're dating somebody. So I guess what I'm trying to say is God will give you the right vibe when you're dating somebody. He'll give you if that person is good for you, bad for you, or indifferent. He'll give you a way. You can unmute your mic at any time so you can explain what you would like for us to accomplish. I'm talking to my guest in the chat and I'm waiting for her to unmute her mic so she can come up and speak. Well, she'll come back. Um, but that's just one of the things that's important to me is your relationship with God because I'm sorry. I mean, some people say that they're what's when you don't believe in God and you don't believe in heaven and you don't believe in hell. I forgot what they call. Y'all put it in the chat. I forgot what they call the people who don't believe in God or the devil. They're neither. And that's crazy to not believe in something. That's really crazy not to believe in something. Because if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. That right there is crazy alone. If you don't believe in something. Okay, hold on. My guest is back. Let me bring her back up. Did you unmute your mic? You have to unmute your mic. Okay, let me know when you want to unmute your mic, and I'll bring you back up as soon as you unmute your mic. You have to unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. Um, my my next subject. Oh, this should be a good one. Ladies, this is for all the ladies. What are you not tolerating in your next relationship or your current relationship? What are three things that you're not going to tolerate in a relationship? What is three things you're just not going to tolerate if you're dating someone? Now, for me, hold on. As for me, number one, please don't lie to me. Keep it real with me. If you got to lie to me, you just need to let me go. Because if you lie to me, you're gonna tell me one lie. If you tell me one lie, you're gonna tell me another lie, and then I'm gonna ultimately find out if you're BSing me or not. Two, if you really can't cook, don't sweet talk me and tell me that you can cook and you really can't cook to save your life. Don't do that. Keep it 100 with me. Three, I don't care about your past. I really don't. But be upfront with me about it. Because you have people that will come to you and tell you, hey, did you know about such and such, such and such? I don't want to hear it from nobody else. I'd rather hear it from you. I'm dating you. I'm not dating them. I'm dating you. I got it. There was a fly in here, and I've been trying to kill it, and I finally got it. Okay. Yeah, those are my three pet peeves. If I'm dating you, keep it real with me. Don't lie to me. And if you can't cook, just tell me that so we can move on. That's just my three. I'm not a hard person to love at all. I'm 42 years old, and it's just some things I'm just not gonna tolerate, man. I'm 42, not 22. I ain't young like I ain't got time for the BS. You know, I'm a house person. I like being in the house. I'm gonna be on my game. If I'm not at work, I'm at home on my game. If I'm not taking care of my daughter, I'm at home. I enjoy being in the house. That's what I say. When COVID came around, it didn't bother me to be in the house. It bothered a lot of people when COVID was around. They had to be in the house. It didn't bother me. I had everything I needed in my house. Yeah, did I like being outside sometimes? Sure, but it didn't hurt me. I like being in the house. So it really didn't bother me when COVID came around and you had to stay in your house. To me, they should keep doing that. Keep people in. You know why? Because crime is down. All things that was going on in the world, a lot of that a lot of crime came down. A lot of things just calmed down a little bit because everybody was in the house. Yeah, I mean, you had to spend more time with your family. You had to spend more time with your kids. And ultimately, you had to spend time with yourself. I believe that was a good time for a lot of people. Some people, they didn't look at it like that. I look at it as a time to get to know yourself, reinvent yourself, find out things about yourself that you really didn't know about yourself. You know, um, y'all put in the chat, what did you do during the COVID time? When COVID was around and you had to stay in the house, what did you do? I'm gonna talk to my guest real quick, so let me see if I can because she's still down here and she ain't said anything. I'm gonna bring her up one more time. Hold on, let me get in the chat. Hold on, let me get in the private chat. Hold on. Okay, I'm asking her a question. I'm waiting on the answer. If you want to come up, you can hit that button. Let me put it in the thing so y'all can come up if you want to come up. If you would like to come up and talk, let me put it in the chat in case you want to get up, and all you gotta do is hit the link and you can come on up. Okay, there it is. If you would like to come up and talk, hit that link button and you can come on up. I'm gonna move on to my next topic, which is what do y'all think about this Donald Trump and Kamala Harris election? I'm back and forth on this election right now. It's gonna be a hard election. This election, to be honest, I don't even know. I don't even know who I'm voting for. To be honest, I really don't know who I'm voting for. On one hand, I want to vote for Camilla, but it seemed like every time she opened her mouth, it seemed like she lying. On the other hand, Donald Trump seemed like when he opened his mouth, it's full of BS, but at least he's lying to our face. At least he gonna lie to your face. So I really don't know who to vote for, to be honest. Now my daughter say vote for Camilla. I know why she want me to vote for her because she's a woman and she feel like a woman should be president, which I have no problem with a woman being president, but I just don't feel like her intentions are not all that well. I feel like her intentions are not well for the country. That's just what I feel. Because where have she been this whole election since she was vice president? Everything you say you was gonna do, why haven't you done it already? I mean, you're the vice president. I don't get everything you're talking about doing. Why you have to wait to be president to do it when you were the vice president? You should have already been doing these things you say you were gonna do. All of a sudden, you say you want to do this, you want to do that, this, that, and the other. You should have already been doing these things, and that's just my personal opinion. That's just me. I don't know who I'm voting for. Um, Further as Donald Trump go, man, again, you got to vote for somebody because as a black person, and I'm not trying to make this about race, but as a black person, we earned our right to vote. Okay, unmute your mic. I'm gonna bring you up right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to my channel. Introduce yourself, and the floor is yours.
You can actually do the introduction because I'm still in the middle of trying to get my baby down for bedtime. So I'm like back and forth. That's why it took me so long. But you can go
It's
ahead and
okay.
do the introduction.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. You stay up and let me tell you how I met this sweet young lady. She's on TikTok, and if you currently don't know her name is right there on the page. And I happened to be swiping like it was Tinder or something, and I clicked her live, and she was being very funny and pretty cool. And I'm like, she's cute. I ain't gonna lie, she has amazing eyes. She got the most prettiest eyes. I ain't gonna even lie to you on that. She has kids, has a family. So like she's a tight knit. That she's on her job taking care of her family. It seems like she's a family woman, a family young woman. And I stayed on live for a little while, and I chatted with her for a little while on her live. I tried to come into her live, but I understand why she don't let people in her live. She had to explain to me why she don't allow people to come on her live, which I understand. And I haven't been knowing her very much long, but I will say she's a sweet lady, and I mean, she had a tragedy in her family, and I want to help in any way that I can. So I never caught your real name, so I don't know. I guess I'll just call you Love because that's the name I see. So otherwise, you're welcome to say what you want, and the floor is pretty much yours.
So my name is Monique.
Do you want to come up on camera? You don't have to come on camera if you don't want to.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay.
No, because I'm still my son is nosy. So if he see himself on the camera, then
Oh, that's the
he's
little
not gonna
sweet
want to go
baby,
to
right?
bed.
The one that was kept crawling on you on the live that night.
Yeah, my 2-year-old son. Yeah.
He's sweet, by the way. You ought to see him. Handsome little man.
I appreciate it. So uh I just turned 39 a
I'm
couple
sorry.
of
I'm
days
sorry. She
ago.
just had a birthday too, you guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my birthday was September 14th. I just turned 39. And my youngest daughter just turned 12 on the 8th. And my big girl will be 15 on Thursday. So I'm going to have a soon 12, 15, and 2-year olds.
Oh God, hey, I'm gonna drink for you. You got your hands full.
Yes, as a single mother, as my hands are tied. I'm currently not working right now simply because I do have a medical condition which is preventing me from working. So I had to take some time off from work to get some rest, pretty much. So I do have sickle cell anemia, and I do have chronic kidney disease, and I do have chronic IBS. And I just recently found out a week ago that I have cancer in my bloodstream because I have something that's called erythro something thrombocytosis, which is cancer of the blood. I just found that out. So I'm dealing with that right now. And then I just had the tragic news that my other grandmother just passed away. So I'm currently trying to raise money for her funeral, which will be in a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to get the money together through my Cash App. I don't give out like any other personal information like that because my dad taught me, he was an accountant, so he taught me not to, put any of my personal information
Sure.
on the internet. I'm my dad's only daughter. I do have a younger brother, but we have different dads. Same mom, different dad. But he got me into that, so I don't feel comfortable giving out too much information. Now, Cash App is fine. I'll give that out because nowadays everybody has Cash Apps. So,
Or you could put that in the chat if you like. After you finish here, you could put it in you could put it in the chat. And when I get paid, I would I'll donate to your Cash App myself as well. I'll be if I don't be the one who started, I definitely will donate to your Cash App for sure. 'Cause I mean, I understand, I get it, I understand. Like that's a lot to go through. Like I didn't know any of that information until you said it. Like I know I talked to you on your live on TikTok, but I didn't know any of that other information. I just like some things you just appearance you just don't know sometimes.
well, it's not always good. Like my dad is like me, is very private, and I don't like giving out a lot of information because I don't want people to feeling sorry for me. I mean, I tell people all the time, don't feel sorry for me, just pray for me because I have 3 children. So, other than that, like I said, I'm just trying to take every day step by step. I wasn't gonna be on too long because my eyes are hurting from crying, getting the family together, constant phone rings, and everything like that. So you invited me, so I figured to just pretty much, show up and say, hey, this is what's going on, pretty much. So,
Are you getting any treatment, or is there anything that you're getting help with? Or I mean I don't want to be personal because I know your personal business is your person, but I mean, is there anything medical that you're receiving? Or I mean,
so as of right now, I am on liquid iron, IV iron. So I have to go to my primary care doctor weekly. I also too found out that my iron is low, my B12 is low, my vitamin D is low, and my vitamin C is low. Because I have sickle cell, my iron is low, I'm anemic and all that stuff. It pretty much keeps me tired. Like right now, I'm trying to stay up so I can get my toddler to sleep because his sisters are getting ready for school in the morning. I will say, keeping our prayers up, I will say that I have a phone appointment tomorrow at 12 o'clock with the Social Security disability. So I'm praying that that goes through tomorrow because I can't work the rest of the year.
I understand. And like I said,
That-
I'm so sorry that you're going through all of that. And like I said, I mean, from the looks of it, I mean, I can say when I met her, like, I mean, y'all, she is sweet, she's funny, she likes music, she enjoy it. And you just never know what somebody's going through. I never would have knew any of that. Like I said, from the looks of it, you would never know. Like I say, she's a beautiful person. I'm just gonna leave it at that. A very caring person.
I appreciate it. I mean, I have to be, stay strong for my children and everything. I literally, when you was messaging me, I was literally coming back from the grocery store because I needed to go grocery shopping bad.
Oh, you got teenagers that can eat. I understand. I got a 12-year-old that will eat you out of house and home, so I understand. You have to constantly keep certain things in the house.
So I literally, I was messaging you when I was in the car. I didn't feel like driving or anything. So my aunt and she pretty much was like, you can just ride with me. I was like, good, great. Because I didn't want to fall asleep. Don't want to fall asleep at the wheel. Because
Right.
I do have narcolepsy. So it's kind of like, I don't want to sit there and doze off and get into an accident.
Is your dad gonna come down and help? I know your daddy's gonna, like you told me, you and your dad are pretty tight. So I mean, is he gonna come down and give you a hand, or are you gonna end up going down there with him? Or I mean, I hate to see that you doing this alone. Like that's it. Like it's a different when you're single and alone, but it's much difficult when you know what I mean. Like when it's certain circumstances.
So, yes, I am single and alone. And I currently live in Kansas City, Missouri. And some of my family, like some of my immediate family lives here, like my dad, uh, one of my grandmothers, because I had like two of them. One passed away. So I have my dad, his mother, which is my grandmother, and then I have like aunts and uncles spread around, a couple of cousins, but but everybody having their own individual families and their own individual issues. Everybody is not available.
Okay.
So, uh, my aunt, who I rode to the store with, she is only 2 years older than me. She just turned 41 back in July. So we're pretty tight. She helps me, but she can't do too much because she's also a married woman. And, she has to help her husband take care of their household and her two stepchildren and all that stuff.
So, okay, if you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, what about your kids? That are they like active helping you in any way, or are you not? I mean, you don't have to disclose this if you don't want to, but I mean, I feel like if they know what's going on, I feel like they should be lifting the finger to help you in every way.
So I don't mind answering that question because again, so how it started, all three of my children have different fathers. So my oldest daughter, I met him in college, and then we were together for 2 years before we had our daughter. And then he ended up going to prison for something he was so stupid of doing and missed out on the first 10 years of our daughter's life. So he ended up going to prison for that. And then 3 years later, I met my baby girl's dad, and he pretty much didn't want to have anything to do with her. And then here we are, 10, 11 years later, I had my son back in May of 22. And his dad said the same thing. He said he don't want to have nothing to do with our son. He's a beautiful baby boy.
I see that.
He's never going to know his father, which is very shameful because what good man doesn't want to raise his child or children? Coming to find out, he is younger than I am. I believe he's like 33, 34 or something like that, and he has 7 children.
That's crazy. Wow.
Seven.
I talk about this, and I think my last live I did, I talked about the absence of fathers not being a part of their daughters and sons' life, and that's very detrimental in this day and time. That daughters definitely need their father. Like I said, you understand because you're a father's daughter, you understand, and it's like, and you have a son, you definitely want to teach him some of the things that It's just there are good men like myself out there who want, like I have a daughter, but like there are good men like myself who want to be a part of a family that's already there, and you can add their kid to it and make a family out of it. Then you got these guys that tell women what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear. And it's good guys like ourselves that can't get a decent woman because the other guys out there just BSing the woman, and women are believing. Not saying that's you, but lying to these women, telling these women all sorts of things that they want to hear, and they're buying into it and they're feeding into it. And it's toxic. The whole time it's toxic.
Well, I could say it's lesson learned because, uh, again, I mean, God is not going to put more on me than I can bear. That's for anybody who has Christian faith and morals and values and things like that, like me. I grew up in a church. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I do read my Bible. I do get up and pray every morning, every night. I teach my children that, and it's like, despite of my children's fathers not being in their life, they are raised pretty well. They're well mannered. They know that when mama means business, that means exactly that. No if ands buts about it. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, the main thing right now is trying to deal with this situation with my family and trying to do my part. because I was the oldest granddaughter. My mom was the oldest daughter, so I'm the oldest granddaughter out of all the grandchildren and great grandchildren.
So you was
So
close to this lady.
my grandmother, yeah,
Right, okay, okay.
yeah, she was an evangelist of her church. So I grew up as a PK, well, PG, preacher's grandkid, whatever. So my kids grew up in the church as well, growing up in the church as well. But I was really close to my grandmother. I mean, I may not have talked to her every day, but when I talked to her, we had long conversations. She asked me how I was doing, and before she passed away, she said that she wanted me to have a son. And I told her, well, my two girls are good enough. But look what happened, after she passed away. I granted out her wishes and had a son, and I named him I gave him a biblical name because I was honoring my late grandmother.
I understand that because
So,
I'm gonna share a quick story with you. I didn't know my daughter the first 3 years of her life, but my grandmother seen a picture of her. This was like years ago. My grandmother, I showed my grandmother a picture when she was born, and she told me that's your daughter. I laughed at my grandmother and shook it off. Like I didn't believe it. Come to find out, her 4th year, found out it was my kid, and I've been in my daughter's life ever since. So grandmothers know things that we don't. We know that sometimes we don't understand. I miss my grandmother dearly. She's been gone alone. I lost her to cancer as well. I miss her every day. I mean, that is one woman that woman can never be replaced. That's just what
yeah,
it is. I mean,
my birth grandmother, she passed away in 2016. She had a stroke. She was a evangelist of the church, of our church. Uh, she was a breast cancer survivor. She, was a smoker early in her early years. I think in her 30s, early 30s or something like that. My aunt said. So, um, my aunt, who is 2 years older than me, she's the baby girl because it's four of them. So, my aunt that I'm talking about, she is my mom's baby sister. And she lost her mother back in 2016. But um, my surrogate grandmother, who pretty much was in my life, that's who I'm talking about, who just passed away. So currently, right now, like I said, I'm trying to do my parts as, you know, a grandchild, because she didn't look at me as, oh, you're not blood or whatever. She pretty much was like, you're family. You're my grandbaby. So I felt in need of honoring her and help raise money for her funeral. Matter of fact, I take that back. Not only just raising money for her funeral, but I recently just lost my uncle LD. He passed away. He passed away a couple of weeks ago. Uh so I think it was like last month or something like that. I literally just went to his funeral. If you were to look at my TV stand, everybody on my TV stand, I lost about 6 people.
the best thing I can say is God calling home a lot of people. And I really believe what old people say now. When I was young, I thought they were crazy. They live their life, and they don't care. But I truly believe the world is coming to an end. I believe we're living in the last book of the Bible. I believe that because there are all sorts of signs. Like for instance, they just recalled noodles. I don't know if you know that they just recalled noodles in water. Like they're poisoning. They say the world is overpopulating, and I believe that they're trying to kill us. Some kind of way, or shape, or form. They're trying to take us out.
Yeah, and I also too just posted in the chat my Cash App information. All proceeds are gonna go to the
I'm gonna
funeral.
copy it, but you could put a little note. I'm gonna put it in the regular chat. I'm posting it right now. Okay.
Like I said, all proceeds are gonna go to her funeral and everything. And like I said, it's a hard time right now. I mean, I'm trying to keep the courage to like talk about it because we all gotta go one day. But
How
I'm
how
really
how, how is your mental like? What is your mental state like? What do you like? From how are you feeling? 'Cause, like I said, it seems to me that you are a very strong person. You come from a strong willed type family.
I'm
That's just how I
tired.
feel.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I feel beat up. Um, my body is just tired. Like it's bad to. This is a bad analogy, but this also describes how I'm feeling. Like, I don't know if you ever knew somebody or if you've experienced this yourself, you know how you are losing a family member because I've seen this happen. One of my ex-boyfriends, he lost his grandfather, but they had hospice care his uh at his dad's house. So my ex-boyfriend, his one of his sons, well, one of his grandfather's sons had the hospice care inside of his house, and we literally sat there and watched him pass away. Like that's like I said, it's a bad analogy, but that's how I feel. I feel like my body is just giving up. Like it's tired, it's run down, it's beat up, it's I don't know. I feel like if I lay down and go to sleep, I'm not gonna wake up. That's just how bad my body feels right now. My mind, my mental is that tired. My soul is that tired. My whole body is tired. Like I literally can sleep if my kids don't bother me. I literally can sleep 10 to 12 hours a day and then wake up still tired. My doctor said it's because my cancer treatment center doctor, she said it's because my iron is low. And the medicine that I'm taking is going to take at least 3 months for it to fully kick in and work and all that stuff. I was like, well, I need it to work now because I can barely walk through the store without getting tired. I earlier this evening, my youngest daughter and we were at Walmart because we went to Sam's Club and I was feeling fine. We got to Walmart, the second store we went to go shopping. I started having really bad chest pains, like somebody was squeezing my heart. And my daughter was like, "Mom, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm getting shortness of breath. My chest is hurting. I've been having chest pain for the last 2 days."
I
And
remember you told me you had a cold the other day, like we was on your live, like you were taking pain medicine to try to get over just the cold you had.
well, because I have sickle cell anemia, my white blood cells, so I have low red blood cells and high white blood cells, which means it's not coinciding. They're not coinciding with each other to help fight off infections, colds, flu. So with it being part of that is because I like to keep it cold in the house. I don't know if I'm going through hot flashes or whatever the case may be. I get very cold. The crazy part about it is I get very hot, but I'm also anemic and I get very cold. So my body temperature does not know how to regulate itself very well. So my kids be freezing. Mommy, can we turn off the air, please? I'm like, no, it's hot. They're like, but you got a cover on. I don't have no cover on. I got my socks off. I got on shorts. I got on t-shirt. Sometimes I take my shorts and sleep on my sports bra, and I'm still like super, super, super hot. And I turn on the air conditioner. That's part of the reason why I had a cold last week because I kept it like 70, 69, 70 degrees in the house. But the moment you turn off the air, it gets really hot.
Fast, fast. I
Yeah.
understand that.
I was like, woo, shoot, okay. I'm about to boil like an egg. I'm burning up. And I tell them to turn the air on for a minute. Then wait about 5-10 minutes. It gets blasted cold in the house. I said, you got to remember, part of our heritage is Jamaica. So uh, a lot of my family is from Kingston, Jamaica. So it's like 100+ degrees over in Jamaica.
Whew. I'll
So
probably be extra black going down there. I'll probably be extra black.
it depends. Kingston, Jamaica is not a big area.
By the way, that's my dream place to go someday. Is Jamaica. That is my dream place to go visit.
It's not. I'm gonna let you know. Maybe it's because of me, because I've been several times, but to me, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. Yeah, the TV commercials make it look beautiful and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. But once you get there and you spend a couple of days there, you're like, okay, this
Well,
is like
I want to see the water. The water. They say the water is so clear.
it's actually better over in Barbados.
I would not know this information.
It's good. Don't get me wrong, Kingston, Jamaica. Again, it has pretty blue, clear waters. But if you really want to like see like the bottom of the waters, go to Barbados. As they say, where Rihanna's from, go to Barbados. It's very beautiful over there.
Well, I hope someday I can see there. But nonetheless, I want to say to you, you have to keep fighting for your kids because like you got to be strong for them. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it for I understand, where you're coming from and everything you're saying. I just feel like at this point, like I said, I know I can't understand what you're going through, but I can say you have to keep fighting for the kids because at the end of the day, they look. I'm pretty sure they look to you for everything, and
Yeah,
since your dads
I'm
are not
just,
active in their life,
I'm just
that hurts
happy.
me a little bit because you probably would love to, for them to be a part of life and to help you right now. Like that would be a big help to you. Just even taking them out for a little while, letting you get some rest. Just taking some of the stress off of you. I'm sure. And I'm pretty sure you don't let anybody and everybody take your kids now. And I understand. Like I said, I
Mm.
understand the world that we live in. We don't give our kids to any and everybody nowadays.
No, the only person I will give my children to is our aunt. Like I said, my mom's baby sister. She, of course, is my auntie, but she is also my kid's great aunt. I have to keep getting used to saying our aunt because we grew up together. We're only 2 years apart. She was born in 83. I was born in 85.
Oh, I was born in 82, 80s babies. So
So she, like I said, she is closest to them or whatever. So they'll spend time with her. Like Thursday, she's going to take my daughter out for her 15th birthday, taking her out to eat, and then Saturday, me and her,
wait,
my
hold on.
birthday.
You say your oldest daughter don't even her dad doesn't even like gonna say even happy birthday. Like, does he know her birthday is coming up?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
They're all, both of my children's fathers, the two oldest ones, they are in St. Louis, Missouri. We're in Kansas City, Missouri, so it's like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive between Kansas City and St. Louis. So they don't get a chance to see their dad. You know, I don't know. I don't have any uh like I can't even get in contact with my youngest daughter's dad because, like I said, he didn't want to have nothing to do with our child. So, but as far as the oldest one, her dad, what I've been trying to get, and I'm digressing, what I'm trying to get is every time she say, "Oh, mama, daddy said he wants me to call him." I said, "Mm-mm, you call him or you text him, let him know to call you more. It is not your responsibility to keep up with your father. It is his responsibility. If he wants to know what you're doing in school, or what are you doing in school and how you're doing in school, he needs to keep in contact with you. You have a cell phone now. I am not paying all this money for you to have an iPhone for your father to tell you to call him. or text him.
Well, you know what? You're right because my little girl mom gets on to me because I feel like when my daughter get up, I should get a good morning or a good night. And my daughter doesn't do. She doesn't do that. And sometimes I have to be the one who texts her. But I mean, I guess you. I mean, you're right because I am the father and I should be reaching out to her instead of her reaching out more to me. So I guess when you get a certain age, I guess I expect too much from my daughter when it comes to texting because I feel like if you could text that your best friend or you could text somebody that don't really love you like we do, I feel like you should text your father more.
Well, her father, uh, he is married and he does have a stepchild, a stepson, or whatever. But I feel like because he's married now, I feel like he cares less about our child, which is sad because, again, at the end of the day, my child, your child, our child is blood. God forbid anything happens to you, the next person of kin will be your daughter. But he cares more about his wife and his stepson than he does our child. And I don't think that's fair because I'm like, first of all, you went to prison. And I don't mind saying this because of the simple fact, again, I'm like an open book. I don't care. Judgment or not, it doesn't have nothing to do with me. That's why I said I don't care. In the beginning, when our baby wasn't even born yet, he started trusting people. I kept telling him that he's like our daughter. Her daughter is just like him. You trust too many people, it's going to get you in trouble. So after our daughter was born, I say 6 months after she was born, he ended up going to prison for 10 years for trying to have sexual relations at that time with a 12-year-old girl.
Wow.
And he said the reason why he did what he did with this girl. Now, need your mind, this girl is a grown woman now. Back then, when she was 12 years old, she had bigger tatas than I did. She looked literally like she had double D's at 12. She was built like a grown woman. And I'm like, that's how a lot of men get tripped up because these girls with double D's and E breasts and small figures and big butts and all that stuff gets you in trouble. And then this little girl at that time lied about, she was a little girl, she lied about her age. And she ended up getting my daughter's father caught up because he was easily trusted with other folks and got him locked up for 10 years. So he missed not only 10 years, the first 10 years of our daughter's life, but now that she's about to be 15 on Thursday.
Well, let me ask you: do she want to be a part of her dad's life? Does she want a relationship with her dad? If you don't mind me asking. And welcome to the chat, CM. Do
Mm-mm.
you sort of want to be a part of her dad's life, or like is she saying she wanted?
No, she says she doesn't want to be a part of his life because she said they don't have a relationship. He has not tried to have a relationship with her.
So in
And
her mind, she feel like he doesn't care about her. It is what it is. He's not
yes,
trying to make an effort.
exactly.
Get it?
So, which left me with being a single mother. And, don't get me wrong, he's paying child support. I think he could pay a little bit more.
But money doesn't buy the happiness because
It
you know,
doesn't. It doesn't.
and I'll
But,
say why. Because I tried to buy my daughter. When I first found out I had my daughter, I tried like, the money. Once them kids get old enough, they don't care about the money no more. It's not even about the money no more. They want
mm-mm,
your time and you being present. That's more than anything you could ever buy. Is your time and
that's true.
present.
That's true. But at the same time, when I say he does pay child support, Of course, it had to be court ordered for him to pay child support. It's the same thing for my youngest daughter. Her dad has to pay child support because it also too is court ordered. And for my son, whenever they catch up with his dad also too has a court order to pay child support. But in the meantime, I have not received any child support for my son since June. We're almost in October. With my oldest daughter's dad, what I mean by the money wise, as far as child support coming in, it's more so like doing exactly what it means, supporting the child. She
Correct.
needs she needs pads and bras and underwear
I
and
understand all of that for sure.
toiletries and all that stuff, shoes, clothes. Now here it is. We're getting ready to go into the fall, and it's starting to get a little chilly. I need help with buying her coats and sweaters and boots, and
And all this fell on you. I get it. All
all of
everything
it
falls on
fell
you.
on me. That's why I said my oldest daughter, father, and my youngest daughter, both of their dads are paying child support. That's what's keeping everything afloat right now. But like I told them, my youngest daughter's dad, my youngest daughter, she said she never wants to have a relationship with her father because of, to her understanding, and I don't talk badly about my children's
Oh,
fathers at
please
all
don't.
because of this fact that's wrong on my part. But I did say they were butt heads. That's all I really said.
Are they too much alike? That's what, because I mean, 'cause me and my daughter, we butt heads, but we find common ground. We didn't got to the point of where me and my daughter have not even had one argument. We fought in a long, long time because I found peace of finding peace with her, with each other. So she got to come up. You got to help her find peace with her dad. Her dad need to find peace with her where they can have common ground with one another. Because
So
very about his life.
the unfortunate part is with that is he no longer has a Facebook page. I'm sure he doesn't have one anymore. But the last time he spoke to her on video chat, like Messenger, Facebook Messenger, was about 3 years ago.
Wow.
3 years ago. And he was upset at me because, and I tell people, I'm not ashamed of this. Yes, I'm getting government assistance. I'm getting food stamps because just with my money alone, it's not going to feed a family of four. We're a family of four. I'm a single mom. I still got to pay my rent. I got to pay my lights. I got to pay my gas bill. I got to pay my phone bill, my oldest daughter's phone bill. Now that I just bought my baby girl a phone, I got to pay her phone bill starting next month. So everything falls back on me. And I tell my kids all the time, I said, just whatever you do, keep the stress that y'all give me at a bare minimum because I'm constantly needing like time. Like right now, I'm in my bedroom. The kids are in the living room. My oldest will be here tomorrow with me. I said, thank God. Because I have an appointment, as I mentioned earlier, with the Social Security disability at 12 o'clock tomorrow. And I have to be in a quiet spot. And my son, he's a mama's boy. He likes to stay attached to
I see that.
mama. And I can't have him around me screaming and hollering during my phone interview with them because I want to be approved. I need to be approved tomorrow for Social Security
I will be
disability.
praying for that you definitely get it because like I said, all what you're going through, you deserve everything you could possibly get. And like there's no shame of getting support from the government. Like I say, some people
Mm-mm.
misappropriate it, some people misuse it. You're the very definition of what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah, my kids. These kids, they eat like grown men.
I get it.
Even my 2 year, even my 2 year old. I just spent. $973 for food.
CM, you're welcome to come up and speak.
So, but
Yeah. I'm just listening in and seeing what topic you guys were on and listening here and getting filled in with everything.
How do you think that the dad is wrong for not intervening in her daughter's life? And I feel like I say, you're a daughter of a father as well. So I mean, what's your take on it?
Okay, and you broke up just a little bit, but what's my take on what again?
What she's explaining about both her daughters, her oldest daughter and her youngest daughter, their father is not as active as he should be in their daughter's life. And I simply said, though, it's not right because that girl, definitely need her father. Fathers are definitely needed in daughters' life, but the mom is a daddy's daughter, so she understands her father is a very important thing of a daughter's life.
Yeah, absolutely. The father is definitely a he performs he actually he provides a pivotal role. I mean, he needs to be there for sure. I mean, as a provider, not only as a provider financially, but as a provider in many other ways, in the intangible ways. Providing guidance. Uh, for a son or daughter. A father plays a role in instructing, and so in laying down kind of a ground rules. Mother definitely has a lot to do with teaching and nourishing. You know, so yes, the dad definitely should be there and want to be there. I mean, for me, that's my take on it. That's how I feel. I want to be there. I've always wanted to be there. I didn't. It wasn't too many places that I wanted my daughter to go, especially when she was younger. Without when it came to people watching her, a lot of times I didn't go places because I didn't really want her in other people's hands.
Right.
So
That's
I'd
pretty
rather
much what
stay.
she's saying. She don't really trust anybody, watching after her youngest and oldest daughter. And I understand 'cause, like the way this world is these days, there's not a lot of trustworthy people like it used to be whenever we grew up. We had family, we had people that would look after us with no problems. Nowadays you have to wonder, like, okay, who's the creep in the room? Who's looking at my kid? I mean, it's just the world we live in is not the same. It's just not.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I wanted to. I mean, I just wanted to. I wanted to spend time with her. I had fun. I enjoyed my daughter. When she was young, and now she's 17, and I still do enjoy her. So when dads are not there, I don't know their story, and I don't understand it. But for me, I've always wanted to be there.
She shared a little
Um,
bit on it. She shared a little bit. I told her she don't have to share whatever she chooses to share. She's welcome to. Whatever she don't want to share,
yeah,
she don't have to. But I mean, she pretty much, you know, in her situation right now, it would be great if their dad stepped in right now and just gave her some relief to help her. And I'm pretty sure that would feel good to her. Knowing that their daughters are in good hands with their
well,
fathers. Going out with them, just doing the very basic things, even the
well,
basic things that would probably help her.
one thing I've known, I've seen, Tom, I've seen women, I've seen single mothers struggle, especially when the kids are young. But once they get older and the kids can show and demonstrate and explain their appreciation, the mother is, I mean, she's on 10. She's great. She's feeling good. It's always when they're young, you have to do a lot. They can barely take care of themselves. But once they start having the ability to do that, things start to get easier, and they start to thank mom, they start to appreciate mom, and they know the difference. They know whether dad is there or not. They're like, man, I appreciate mom. And when they become grown men and women, they will still say that. And when they come home to visit, guess who they're going to visit? The person who took care of them. They're going to come visit mom on Thanksgiving. They're going to come visit mom on Christmas. They're going to come home and visit mom during the summer. All these holidays, they're going to sit around mom's table. And
And she
for
doesn't even speak ill against their dads. She doesn't even do that. She tries
great,
to
exactly.
encourage them to, talk to their dad. But I understand where the anger comes from because I understand what she's saying when the kids don't want to talk to their dad, or dad is not even trying to even reach out to them. This at the end of the day, she didn't make them kids by herself. Does that sound about right, Miss Love?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I mean, I don't get me wrong, because like I said, at the end of the day, like I told my children, I said, despite of what mama is going through, you're gonna always remember I'm never gonna live ever. And just know that anything that you have to come and talk to me. Like I said, my oldest, she will be 15 on Thursday. And she's been my right hand man since the day she was born. Like going through a lot of homelessness and going through stuff that children is not supposed to experience. She was there. She didn't understand, but she was like, Mama, I still love you. You're trying. She was 5 years old when, we started experiencing that stuff. And she was like, Mama, but I still love you. And it made me want to try harder. And every time I got pet, every time I pick up, I fall down. She was right there. She cried with me. She hugged me. She wiped my tears from me. And when her sister came along, she's been the best big sister.
She's been the rock. She seemed like she's
She's
been the rock like you.
yeah, she's my right hand man. And especially when it comes to my son. Oh my God. They're like two peas. My oldest daughter and the baby boy, they're like two peas in a pod. They every time she walks through the door from school, he say, "Hey, yeah, hey, yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, they go Hayden, Hayden," and then he say, "Oh, Josiah." He'll say his name, and she's like, "Oh, Josiah." I mean,
And
they're
I bet she just
starting
spoiled
to
him.
switch. He is spoiled by all three of us. All three of us. He is spoiled. And I feel like as he gets older, yes, he needs to be taught how to become a young man. But even though his father is not around, he still have great role models in his life. Like my brother, my younger brother, my dad, uncles, cousins.
And that's gonna play
And
a pivotal role in raising. You keep doing it, because like I say, I mean, you being single, that's fine. That's okay to be single, but when you do allow a man to be around, you have to make sure he's in that same model frame that you would want your kid to be represented in. Because again, you know, all men are not the same. All men are not even raised the same with the same values or morals.
well, when he come along, God bless his spirit, when he come along, I would be grateful, but in the time being, I feel like I'm doing a good job. Every time family and friends and even going through grocery stores, I'd be like, hey, Sydney, which is my 12-year-old. Hey,
Oh, what's
Sydney,
your daughter's name?
Sydney.
That's my first legal name. I'm not gonna say my whole name, but wow, that's my name.
Her name is Sydney. My oldest daughter, her name is Hayden. My baby boy, his name is Josiah. So he'll he'll call for my oldest daughter. He'll say Ayan. He can't say her name yet. He say Ayan, and then she'll come running. When he falls, she's right there. When he is crying for something, she's right there. It's like she's like a secondary. I'm not gonna say a secondary mom, but she's like this secondary
She has
person.
mother tendencies. That's what we call it. She has mothers. That means someday when she has kids, she's already gonna know to nourish. She's already gonna give the kid love. She's gonna be a
Yeah,
good mom someday. Not now, but someday she's
yeah.
probably a good mom.
And then when we going through this when we going through the stores and people would say, I would tell one of my girls, hey, go get something out of that cooler. Go get something out of that ice freezer or whatever and put it in a basket. Yes, ma'am. And people turn their heads like, I haven't heard a child say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am to their parents in forever. I'm like, that's because I was raised like that. My children are going to be raised like that. God bless and spirit, their children is going to be raised like
Hey,
that.
we from the '80s. We was raised differently than what these kids are being raised now. I mean, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am was an automatic understood. When you was coming up then. If you didn't, you got the backhand. Or hey, what you supposed to say?
They try me having a teenager and a preteen. They try me. I'm
Oh
like
yeah, they
Sydney,
gonna push your buttons. That's automatic. They gon' do that.
but Anywho, like I said, I shared that information with you in the chat, and I hear it quiet. So you know what that means when your child is quiet. They get
Somebody's
in
up to no
there.
good.
So I really do appreciate, you asking me to come on. If you get any updates, let me know.
I surely will. And also, when your daughter thing come up, um, I don't know if you're gonna go live for your daughter's birthday, but I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna talk to somebody. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm gonna talk to somebody. And I'm gonna see if I can get it sent to you. And I don't know if you have a PO box or whatever the case may be, but there's something that we want to give to your kid that my kid already has. So let me work on that. I'm not gonna say what it is, but we're gonna definitely get your daughter something for her birthday this Thursday, right?
The 19th. She'll be 15. Ugh, I'm getting old, honey. Oh my goodness.
I would definitely get with you on your page, your TikTok. I'll inbox you and we'll get together and I'll figure it out and I'll let you know what it is. But before you leave, her Cash App is in the chat if you want like to donate to her grandmother's funeral. The money, all the proceeds is going
To-
directly to her, but it's gonna go to the funeral. When I
yeah,
get
it's
that,
gonna go.
I'm also gonna donate what I can. Maybe not much, but I'm gonna donate something because I
hmm
just want to show her, I said I was gonna donate. I'm a man of my word, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I appreciate it. Yes, it's all the proceeds in the Cash App is gonna go to Stevenson's and Sons Funeral Home here in Kansas City, Missouri. Because I don't have my car anymore. That's how I'm, collecting that money for the services and everything and for the burial and all that stuff. So it's gonna
Is there
be
any minimum that you want? Like, I mean, is it 5, 10? What are you asking for? Is this anything, or are you having a specific thing?
whatever I feel, whatever God feels, whatever God blesses you to bless that with. I'm not a person that's greedy and say, yeah, donate $50, donate $100. No, you give what you can, because everybody has bills. Everybody has to take care of themselves first.
For
So it
sure.
doesn't matter if you got $5, $10, whatever you feel in your heart to donate. Anybody, wherever they feel the need to donate, put it there. Like I said, Stevenson's and Sons Funeral Home here in Kansas City, Missouri is going to, all that is going to go to. I'm not the only person that's doing Cash App proceedings. A few other my relatives are doing it as well, but because I speak with you on TikTok, I felt to share that with you.
It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, there's a lot going on in your life, and now that I understand what's going on in your life, I understand. I get it. Into all my subscribers that's on my YouTube channel, please, all my subscribers, and whoever's watching this video, or my subscribers, just donate something, whatever you can. You don't even donate to my Cash App. Give it to her. Her Cash App is in the chat. It is in the chat. This video will stay up, so you can go back in my YouTube channel and look in the chat. It will be there. So whatever she get, y'all just bless her. If you want to even get
Bless
something to
our
her, you
family,
can.
the family, yeah. It's the blessings. It'll be the blessings for the family to get that, to send her on to heaven. Now that she's at peace, she's no longer have to suffer.
Yes, ma'am. No
So
doubt. And
that,
we
like
will
I said,
definitely bless your. I'm gonna personally bless your dog. Like I said, I gotta make a phone call tomorrow and see if it's still available. And I'll get your. I don't know if your address. I'll get with you and I'll send you mine and we'll figure that part out. But don't tell her because like I said, I want to make sure I can do it.
I don't know how that's gonna work because I don't like giving out personal. Again, I'm like my father. I don't like giving out personal information like that because
Well, I don't know how would you get it. I mean, we'll figure it out. I mean, if I'm able to do it, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
may just do a no return address on my address. That's because I don't like giving out my address neither. But what I may do is no return address. It's like ship it to you with no return address to it.
Yeah, like I said, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk off camera. Just like I said, we're live. We'll talk off camera whenever it gets close time. We'll get together on that.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll be praying for you, and you have a safe, and just like I said, I'm gonna definitely keep you in my prayers, and I would definitely be praying for you and your family for sure.
I thank you. I appreciate it so much.
You too. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Before I get out of here, I must say that tonight has been pretty good. I appreciate everybody who could come up. Normally, I have a little bit more people on the panel. I wish my best friend would have came up, but I guess he's at work right now. I guess he's working. That's why he ain't come up. And my normal co-host, she's no longer doing the co-host with me no longer. I don't know why, but I did appreciate her coming up, doing her thing. Everybody has their own thing of why they do what they do. It doesn't make me any difference. I'm going to continue my channel. My channel is continuously growing. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow my channel. Make sure you share this video on your channel. Make sure you share it on social media. Again, donate to Miss Love's Cash App so we can help pay for a homegoing service for one of her family members. I'm personally going to donate to her Cash App. The Houston, Texas, like I said earlier, we're doing well. We're 2-0. We're winning games. The next game, like I said, we're playing the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. I'm pretty sure that's a noon game. But y'all know I can't leave without talking about them Dallas Cowboys. Oh my God. The New Orleans Saints put up so many points. I ain't got to say nothing. The picture is already painted about them Cowboys. It's already painted already. Okay? I don't know what the Cowboys doing this year, but the Cowboys ain't the Cowboys this year. I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't even going to get into that. That's a subject for a whole nother day. Okay? But I'm suited and booted, for my team, as you can see, swagged up, swarm is the word that we use. But before I leave, I'm going to share my commercial, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to end the video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and throw my commercial in right now. What's good, you guys? This is your boy DJ Amazing, Simply Amazing. Y'all already know. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you know it's gonna be hot and spicy like fire. Oh, I was fire up here. But anyway, this is your boy DJ Amazing. Y'all know I'm about to go live in like 30 seconds, and when I go live, the conversation is gonna be crazy. I mean, right now, before I do anything, all of my social medias are right there. All of my social, I'm verified on some, not all. I'm working on the other ones. So yes, you can see my TikTok, Instagram. You see them all. I don't have to say all of that. But with that being said, I'm a little quenched. I need something to drink. Thank you. As you see, I got my cores, keep me hydrated from getting dehydrated. You see how I did that? But I'm a little thirsty. Good water. But that's it. That's all. I'm about to be live in like 30 seconds. So make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. And if you're not currently subscribed, subscribe. Oh yeah, I can't forget about it. If you are my 500 subscriber, you're gonna get this beautiful, sexy Stanley cup, and it's the 40 one. It's the biggest one they have, like the biggest one they have. And I'm gonna mail it to you, number 500 subscriber on my YouTube channel. And when I get to 1,000 followers, you're gonna get $75 cash. Ching ching. Oh, she did that. By the way, shout out to my daughter. She shot this. She's the baddest producer you ever want to meet. Like, she did this. Like, it's my daughter. I mean, it's in her DNA. But let me shut up and stop talking and let y'all get in tune. So 30 seconds counting down now. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys to come and to hang out with me on my YouTube channel. As I said, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment on what you want me to talk about in my next live. Which today is Wednesday. So let's try to do one. Maybe Sunday after the game. Maybe Sunday after the game, a little bit after the game. Maybe that night. Maybe I'll do a live Sunday night. Sunday night. So look for me on Sunday night if possible. Again, I appreciate Ms. Love for coming up, sharing her story, sharing her situation. You never know what a person is going through. So in the world that we live in, I'm gonna tell you what my grandmother would tell me. Pray for our loved ones, pray for our friends, and let's just hold each other closely. I'm DJ Amazing. I'm simply amazing. Mr. Hold Up. And I am out. Yo, what's up? You have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And we're about to be live in like 1 minute. So right now you're watching my commercial as I count down to 30. And as soon as these